Mr. Alonso, will you please stand up? Counts 1 and 2 for willful killing as a grave breach of Geneva Convention. 4. Guilty of willfully causing great suffering or serious injury to body or health. For willfully causing great suffering or serious injury. Guilty of a grave breach of Geneva Convention. 4. Torture. And a violation of the laws or customs of war. Torture. And a violation of the laws or customs of war. Murder. The trial chamber sentences you, Esad Lanzo, to 15 years imprisonment.
Things different. This is me when I was in school, first year of my school, I think. I just cannot believe that in this boy is that monster that become later. Yeah. Yeah, I just cannot believe. I don't see anything on this face, that evilness that I show in war. Just doesn't exist there. It was not there. You know, I want to cry, but I cannot. You know, something stopping that. Zašto ti pričam? Zato što hoću sebi da pomognem. Jer znam da ste čuli 100.000 priča, vjerovatno, a nikad niste čuli od mene. Sad ovako razgovaramo, ja sebi pomažem, olakšam sebe, a i vama da me bolje razumijete. Svak će odgovarat na ovoj svijetu.
Ja kažem, to ti je u Kuranu. Ubiješ jednoga čovjeka,
sve što i piše, sve te tamo čeka. Sve ćeš odgovarati.
Sve ćeš odgovarati. Nema Kuranja.
A ja opraštam od mene sve koje što zaradio.
Svak će odgovarati. Ona je ubio 100, pa 5 godina. I znači, on je odrapio sve to za 100 ljudi.
No, I didn't see my parents for almost 3 years, so it will be very exciting for me and important, of course, to see them. Maybe my parents blaming self more than I could blame them. You know, I don't know. I just want to see when we start to talk what they think.
Ne mogu ja nikome
Ja opraštam.
Ja ne mogu nikome...
Zato što je pod tuđim terorom to radi.
Ja ne mogu nikome čovjeku oprostiti ako ubio čovjeka. Ako neko čovjeka ubije.
That's my biggest mistake in life. What? That I didn't believe in God. That was something that I never forget to myself. Because I saw people who, you know, who are believers, who are religious. They never do anything wrong. But, you know, me is different. When you don't believe in anything or anybody, you only believe in negativities, that is wrong. But I was afraid. And when people get afraid, very afraid, they do stupid things and crazy things.
May 1990, Maksimir Football Stadium, Zagreb. Dinamo is playing Crvena Zvezda. The meet between the Serbian and Croatian rivals turned into a war between their fans. It anticipated the nationalistic politics already prepared in Belgrade and Zagreb.
This is neighbor against neighbor who lived together for 1,000 years. in same village, in same town. They turn that strongly against each other that only, propaganda can do.
Nemojte da mislite da nećete odvesti Bosnu i Hercegovinu u pakao, a muslimanski narod možda u nestanak. Jer muslimanski narod ne može da se odbrani ako bude rat ovdje.
That statement was so scary. That was first sign that war will come. To turn people to start killing each other, you must put fear in them.
Da Srbe pred koje zemlje svijeta zajedno sa Crnom Gorom.
And the only way that you can do, you cannot say he's thief. He will come during night and steal your TV from home.
Muslimanski ekstremisti dosjetili su se valjda najstravičnijeg načina mučenja na planeti.
But if you say he's Četnik or Ustaša, and he will come to slaughter your family during night.
Protekle noći srpsku nejad žive su bacali u kaveze lavovima u zoološkom vrtu Pionirska dolina, tvrdi srpska straža sa Kromolja.
Of course that you will take weapons and kill anybody who come on your step doors. And that is the kind of fear they put in people. It is them or us. When I joined the military, they told me, you're going in this military barrack to be guard there. When we come in the prison camp, they put us in line. And prison commander came, and he was going through line and deciding who stay, who go. All people that he chose to stay are 99% young people. There is no older than 20 years. People who can think with their heads, older people, 28, 30, and the rest, he put them in bus and sent them back. They show us buildings where prisons are. I saw 2 soldiers beating some prisoners. He was sitting on one box, and one of them had a big knife in front of his head, threatening him. So this soldier took knife, and he was keeping his hand like this, and he hit him. He, put his knife through his hand and to the box. That is first time that I saw anything violent, that horrible. Only then I realized where I am, I was really scared. There is no line there in that prison. There is no line that you can cross, because all lines are crossed immediately after you arrive there. Yeah, first beatings, then later come killings. This photograph, this was small photograph in newspaper I find in one Bosnian newspaper. She was complete. She was all body picture. She was sitting on the street. I don't know where, but I don't know. Just that expression of her face hit me so hard. So I decided to paint her. But if you look closely, you can see fear in her eyes, and she don't know what will happen to her today, tomorrow. All that, I don't know. It just hit me so hard that I have to paint. Something to remind me of everything. This is my town before war. I miss this. I miss really this. I started painting when I started in first day of school, I think. I received many awards for, in competitions. After I finished school, my teacher encouraged me to go in art school. And I was prepared, my father take me to Sarajevo, to art school. I put request, everything. But because there is another 3 brothers and 1 sister in my family, so my father couldn't afford. So I became really angry, depressed. I just want to do everything contra what my father told me. If he said don't do something, I will just do no matter what, just to despise him. Because I was angry with him. I couldn't understand that he was not able financially to help, to give me that chance.
Muči me ovo, rekao da je otišao, ne bi ga ovo snašlo i da patim za njim. To me grize. I to neću nikad ni prižaliti. Ali ovo ne bi pred njim rekla.
And all this anger and everything I bring in the war. And that was dangerous combination, like atomic bomb.
Puno radosti očekujem da ga vidim, da se sretne sa njim, da ga vidim.
My mother never told me directly, but she heard during the time things that is happening there in that prison. She tried to stop me. She tried to give me positive advice, but I didn't listen. She cried in front of me. She tried to tell me, not to talk to me, but to tell me things that are happening there are not right. Please don't go, but I didn't listen. For me, it's more important my commander in prison than my father and mother. I was really surprised how fast I changed myself from one guy who wanted to be an artist, painter, to the monster. I was only 2 months there, and maybe 80% of killings during that time, orders are given to me to do all the things. They knew, they probably felt that I'm missing something, so they knew anything that they told me to do, I will do. They will write names on the paper. When they saw me, they say, this man with legs in front tomorrow morning. That is something that comes from the sense of duty, of obligation, of responsibility to your superior, to not let them down. I always thought if I refuse, my commander will be disappointed. They will look at me like you are not a good soldier, you are weak, you are, So you are a human robot in some way. You have flesh, but you don't have mind. You just disconnect yourself. You don't have feelings for people that you're killing. Because if you have, you cannot do a job. You cannot be a soldier. I lost contact with reality. I started to dream of perfect human being, perfect soldier. I want to be a perfect soldier because I lost something that I like. Now I have this. I like uniform, I like weapons. People start to like me. I want to be a perfect soldier. And I put all my energy and all my concentration in that. I would do many things. Take gas mask, put on head of prisoners, and close when air, where air coming, you close that and let them. So he will start to, dying, and you watch him, all white, and come and mount, because they don't have air. You watch him, he's, on the floor, trying to get air, shaking, all body start to shake, and when you, let him like that for a couple minutes. So when you realize that he will go, that he will die, then you open for a couple of seconds that he get air. When he start to getting air, coming back to the conscience, then you close again. That's games without borders. Just play them. How long you want, how many you want. And everybody can do things like that. You say, no, I cannot do that. How I can do that, What kind of day I can find to torture? Oh, believe me. More that you learning about this world and things around you, you have more negative things in your mind. And when time comes that you let them out, phew. Nemoj, šta ja tebe kad... Dobre, nemoj plakat. Pa šta plačeš? Dobro je. Ajde, nemoj plakat.
I prijatelj, kriv je, kaže, možeš oprostiti. Ja sam rekao, u nas, u Kuranu...
Nemoj ti meni opet to...
Čekaj. Piše, nevidna čovjeka ko ubije jednog ko da je pobio čita svijet.
A zna to.
To ne znam ja znali i ne znali.
Moja je greška u svemu tome bila, samo ovo ti moram reći, ja sam počeo da se mijenjam nakon kad nisam mogao ići u likovnu školu. Tada se kod mene sve okrenulo naopako, ti to dobro znaš. Da je meni tad sve pošlo nizbrdo. Ništa nije bilo pozitivno. Ti znaš koliko sam sad puta s tobom posvađao. Znaš to dobro.
Pa nisi još škole se valjda po...
Zbog toga je meni sve nizbrdo otišlo. Ti znaš koliko sam onda bio, kakvom sam stanju bio, koji smo krenuli opet u negativno. Znaš, ja opet tebe ne krivim. Takva je meni možda sudbina. Takva je meni možda sudbina bila da ja idem u tom pravcu.
I sve to, ti si normalno, svaki je čovjek...
Ali niko ne traži od tebe da ti to kažeš. Niko. Ali ja ti kažem opet, lično za mene, više mi pomaže kad ti mene iskritikuješ po ovom pitanju nego ako me pohvališ.
Pa sigurno.
Jer mene su falili oni u to vrijeme previše i ja sam radio ono što su oni...
Pa nemoj sad da mene opterećivaš šta si ti, kako si radio, šta si radio.
Ne, bolje...
Ja ne bi želio ni da znam.
I bolje.
Najkraće, ne bi želio ni da znam. Roditelji, svake...
A i bolje da ne znaš.
Ja.
Only good leadership can prevent crimes. People should always be punished for crossing line. But it's better to prevent than wait for people to cross line. Even crimes like I did, it was possible to prevent them in war. If you have responsible people who are leading with conscience, with understanding, with passion for life. My problem was that wrong people lead me. They turned picture upside down. That was problem.
You displayed no remorse before this trial chamber. As deputy commander in the Celebiche prison camp, you were instrumental in creating an atmosphere of terror by your actions and your threats.
My vision of a soldier was my deputy commander because he was big, strong, without emotion, without sorrow, without pity. And of course you want to be like him, you want to be recognized, you want to be, just copy him in details.
It appears that you took a sadistic pleasure in causing the detainees pain and suffering.
If you see him beating somebody, you jump in. If you see he is killing somebody, you jump in.
You abuse your position of authority and trust as deputy commander. By your actions, you encourage others among the camp guards to engage in their own forms of mistreatment of the detainees.
He used that feelings that I have and that respect that I have for authorities and for him. He used that in a negative way. He could use also that in positive. He could turn me to be a very nice person, but he didn't. You see what kind of, you see where I am now. I just copy him in some way, you know. I tried to please him more than anybody else. That was a mistake that I done. He was crazy, I was stupid, and you mix two things, crazy and stupid, what you get? You get maniac. That is who I was. Ideš dole pravo. Polako. Pazi ovdje. Dok ti ne vidiš i dok se ne složiš, je li to, ako ne valja, sve kako je bilo, sad je tu 100 razloga drugih što sam ja to radio, ali ja sam to uradio. Ja kao uvijek kažem, ja ću uvijek biti ponosan i uvijek će mi biti čast što sam ja branio svoju zemlju. To uvijek svima kažem. To mi niko ne može, ali nikad neću reći da sam ponosan ono što sam uradio dole. Thinking about all things that I've done and all people that I hurt, I do regret, believe me. Every day, every second of my life, everything that I've done. I would like that I can take all back, to go back in that time and do all differently, but I cannot do that. Nisam ja više dijete da ti sa mnom tepaš.
Znam da si pogriješio.
Pa tako reci mi, pogriješio si i bit će meni lakše.
Nisi trebao, drugi su vladali s tobom.
Ali nemoj sad ti meni drugi, mi pričamo o meni.
Ako si ti radio, pa smo mi razgovarali dole.
Pa ne kaže, nema, ja volim da čujem od njega neko da mi oni vamo pokazuju nešto.
Dole kaže kako ti